Hey guys, Kawaii Critic here to review My Little Pony Season 6, Episode 18, Buckball Season. So, in this episode, Applejack explains what Buckball is, and Rainbow Dash assumes that she's gonna be super good at this, as they're gonna get ready to pick or go against a team on Appaloosa with Applejack's cousin, Rayburn. So they pick up teams with Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie, and they're trying to also get in a unicorn on their team. And they go through all these other characters, pretty, just one-off background characters. They all do their bad jobs. And then we get Snails coming in, bringing in the Zen, bringing in the mastery, the surprise mastery of Snails. Perhaps maybe Twilight Sparkle should maybe look into getting him as a student, but just not tell him that it's for learning stuff. Anyways, Rainbow Dash and Applejack see that Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie have obtained a natural ability to the game, but they want to train them even further. Thus, their competitive nature to win against Appaloosa's team overshadows their sensibilities of knowing these two. But we get some montage, like Rocky Balboa montage. It reminded me a little bit of Hurricane Fluttershy, as I felt that this is a very similar in tone sort of ordeal, at least from what I can remember of it. Anyways, the pressure gets to them, and the other comparison I made, at least, was since a previous episode reminded me of SpongeBob with imagination, I thought I'd make a comparison to the snail race with Gary, and how he trained him too hard and then he just blew a gasket and all that stuff. As far as the game itself, like from what was there, Buckball actually reminds me a little bit of, not too much, but a little bit of Blitzball. And that would be really interesting. Underwater sea ponies getting it on with Blitzball. So yeah, see that happen. So anyways, Pinkie and Fluttershy want nothing to do with this after getting all that pressure when they're on a train pretty much already or heading over, and the ponies are cheering them on, the pressure is on. They Rainbow and Applejack finally hits them that, oh, not everyone falls under the pressure. And of course we had Snails with his Zen-like godliness, and a bit of Fluttershy thug levels rising. She knows how to get aggressive when time comes for it, and that time came, and she got aggressive with it, thugging it out, thugging it to the max. That's how I like it, seeing characters thugging it out, baby. So anyways, they arrive, they switch up the teams, and Rainbow and Applejack are doing their practice. They get the first shot in, and then they go a bit easier, and then Fluttershy's like, yo, you do need the practice. Thug life. Put them shades on, do all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, we get to see that Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie end up being the ones to compete in the end with Snails, and they end up victorious. They win the game, and Applejack and Rainbow Dash still have to rub it in. Just get a little bit in there. So yeah, this episode was mixed, as it didn't push characters too much. I felt like into like, oh, this character doesn't act like that. I don't know. This seems to be more of a common thread of just Rainbow and Applejack being the competitive types, but we also now get to see that Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie are the ones that they want to have fun with what they are capable of wanting to do, and the pressures apparently get to both of them, not just Fluttershy. Like, if Pinkie Pie had to, like, say, I don't know, plan a party, but it was, like, too crazy, maybe, I don't know if that would ever happen, but, you know, maybe she would start freaking out over something like that. At any rate, I think this episode helped Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie a bit more as characters, seeing what grounds them in, as comparison to Rainbow Dash and Applejack, who are, as I said, more in that competitive nature. Just seeing that Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie could be naturals, but that comes out of them just having fun with the game, not being pushed to the limit like a Rocky Balboa. So yeah, you know how they handle this episode has been seen before within the show, but I think they had a bit of fun with it, and at least they introduced something new. As far as, you know, sort of like the cart before the ponies, but I felt like here they had a bit more fun with the actual event. You know, we didn't see just the end game. We saw them training against each other. We saw them sort of explain it in the beginning. So in all three acts, we got to see Buckball. Like, this is what I was talking about in Dungeons and Discord. Like, introduce the thing at the beginning and have it carry through. It's completely doable, and I think Buckball season was the first episode to actually just do that, is introduce the thing in the beginning, lay it out, carry it on, do the little practice session near the end of the middle, and then do the final act. It was completely doable, and they did it here. You know, same thing with the cart before the ponies. The actual final race only takes place in the final, or they could have done probably a lot more funny and wacky stuff with races throughout the entire episode if they really tried hard enough, and if they really worked around that. So yeah, I actually appreciate that part of the episode, is how they were able to never really forget what this episode was centered around. So even though the characters were pretty on the point, it was still really enjoyable. I actually liked this episode for that, and I thought it was okay. Pretty solid. I wouldn't say, I don't know if I don't know if it would be one of the better ones. I still think those belong to Spike so far. But hey, that's just me personally. But you know, as far as those Spike episodes are concerned, they do have their own issues with them, as I mentioned. But that's enough for this review. This has been Kawaii Critic, and if you like what you've seen, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. and talk about Blitzball. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!